Hey, welcome back to No Hype Beer Reviews. Unless it's your first time, then welcome. Please consider subscribing. If you do, hit the notification bell. Oh, it's over there. Get all the updates. Really excited for today's video. So it's Thursday. I don't know if this technically counts as a Thursday's Thirsty Thoughts, which is fine. What I'm looking from you guys, if you want to contribute anything, is just like, do you have a fairly recent, nice story? Like we could all use some positivity, right? And it can be beer-centric or not. Mine is beer-centric. I don't know what I'm going to title this video yet, but essentially Keith from 93 Lumber visited recently. We just had a great time. As I talked about in a recent video, just a lot going on. Like, everything is fine, but like just a lot going on. Bruno, we did end up, we're going to increase his current meds to like max out for his weight. That current med, we thought that was the best decision versus keeping that, adding a second one right now, since his body does fine with the current med and it doesn't do like liver damage and stuff, which this other one could do. So anyway, like things are fine, okay? But like the nature of my summer, I haven't done a ton of fun things, so I was like really excited and looking forward to Keith coming up. There was some scheduling stuff, but he was able to come up for 2 nights, which was great. And so he stayed right at the house. So he got up here. We have similar eating habits, so I made sure I had some pizza when he got here. I think I got here around like 8 p.m. And I had reviewed a beer that I'm not going to mention because the video hasn't come out yet, because I wanted to kind of refamiliarize myself with the flavors. Although different video, all will be revealed this weekend, but some will have already been revealed. But anyway, and then I wanted him to have it too, so I drank like half of it, on camera, and then that way he could kind of get familiar with that again. And then so he finished that with the pizza. That bottle with the pizza, and then I just had some rye whiskey on a big ice cube, which was awesome. And I go to bed very early, so I like pushed myself to stay up a little later. And but anyway, went to bed, woke up. There's an awesome donut shop that does have like breakfast food as well, and they had just updated their menu the day before. Yeah, the day before Keith and I went, so it was cool to go there. We both tried new things to their menu. I had they just started making house-made bagels, so I had a house-made jalapeno bagel, vegetable cream cheese, and a hash brown, and there was something smoky on it. I don't remember what it was. Smoky, like tempeh maybe? I don't remember. Something smoky. They were like trying to mimic bacon. And I think it was tempeh. Anyway, it doesn't matter. And it was a phenomenal sandwich. I would get that. That's what I said to Keith. I said, I would definitely get this again. And I forget what Keith had, but he said, yeah, I would get this again as well. And then I had a nice double fudge donut in a chai latte, because I love chai lattes and I love donuts. So it was a no-brainer. Keith loves that place, so we went there. And then what did we do after that? Then we came home for a little bit. We took Bruno for a bunch of walks that day, and Bruno was like super excited that Keith was here. He really likes Keith and Keith's partner Katie. It was just Keith who came at this time, and so like the one walk, we walked pretty good, and we got home, and it's nice because Bruno's energy's been a little lower because of the medication and him getting older, and so we get home, and he always looks at the gates like, yeah, like we're going back into the yard and into the house every time. And he's just like, no, I think we're going to keep walking this other direction, aren't we, guys? So we just went even further. It was awesome. And once I felt like, yeah, he got a good midday walk, we went to, I was going back and forth, like, where should we go? Like, there's a couple new breweries. And I say new, they're like a year or two old at this point. I just haven't been to them yet. So I'm like, do we go to those or check out one of them, or what should we do? And I'm like, duh. There's like the perfect place to take Keith. It's called Delaware Supply. Awesome tap room, bar, whatever you want to call it. And they have not a ton of draft lines, but just always awesome stuff. And it's a good mix. So like, you want an IPA, they'll have an IPA, you want like an English style bitter, they'll have that. Like they just, for like, maybe it's like 11 tap lines. They just crush it. There's places around me that have 4 times as many tap lines that have, very limited menu in terms of style variety and stuff. And I had forgotten until we got there, or maybe on the way there, that I had posted a picture to Instagram, like, yeah, I had this beer on cask at this place. And Keith responded, he goes, that's funny, I just had that same beer, I just reviewed it, not on cask though, you know? So they still had that beer there, which was fun, but they didn't have it on cask. I had a side pull, and it was the Sierra Nevada Summerfest. Oh my God, that beer was phenomenal, so good. So we had a fun time there. We got talking about cider, so I was like, well, there is a local cidery called Nine Pin Cider. I'm like, we go, and they do like relatively small pours, and you can do like normal pours or small pours. So we went, had a couple small pours, they got a grant. They expanded their sitting area a little bit, so just like even nicer of a place. Already nice place, even nicer of a place. Being a cidery, there was a bee, you know, going and smelling our, you know, cider, and then flying away, coming back, flying away, and you know, after that we went home, and he had given me a Dystopias sample from Free Will, which is kind of like their homage, parody, whatever the right word is, of Utopias. And he actually brought with him a different vintage is probably a better word, that I have not tried yet. So I was like, well, you know, I do have some Utopias. So we did small pours of 2 of them, and then I sent him home with 2 other ones that I had, some ounces in a bottle for him. He'll probably review them. So we sipped on those. We kept really good pacing. Like everything we had was either low ABV or we drank a small amount of, you know, or both. It was low ABV and we had a small format. And then we did 2 reviews. One, by the time this airs, you will have seen, and one you have not seen that I'm trying to not spoil. It was a really... watch both videos this weekend, but definitely watch the one of the beer that's more hyped. It was just a lot. You can see how happy we were, you know, just the camaraderie and just having a good day and a good time, and drinking good stuff and eating good food. And then there's a burger burrito place by me that Keith and I love. So we got that, and we like that place so much. The next night, my wife had come back to the house from working down where she works now, and I'm like, what do you want to do for dinner? She goes, let's do burgers and burritos from that place. It's called Wizard Burger. And I'm like, yep, totally cool. And so 2 nights in a row, I ordered stuff from the same place. But anyway, so then, yeah, we just kind of hung out. It was just a nice time, you know, chit-chatting. I said to him after the full day we spent together, at the end of it, I'm like, oh my God, my throat hurts. And my first thought was, am I getting sick? And like with the school year starting back up, I'm like, maybe it's good I'll get a cold out of the way early on, and then I'll be okay for the school year. And then it dawned on me, as I was thinking about school, also this beer's phenomenal. Make sure you watch tomorrow's video. And thinking of school, I'm like, oh, no, this is the same thing that happens to me the first day of school when the students are there. Not the superintendent's days we have before the students come, but when students are there, I'm just not used to talking that much, you know? So it was just like nice to have him here, and just, again, like the chit-chatting, the conversations, the camaraderie, good food, you know, good beverages. And then got up the next day and hung out till, I'm sorry, I had my breakfast days swapped. That first day, we went out to Take Two, which is a cool, like, brunchy kind of place. Like I had a breakfast crunch wrap, for example. And then the day he left, that's the day we went to the donut place, and that was their second day of their new menu. Yeah. And then ran a couple errands, and then he left around noon to head up to see Sean from the Nerd Sense, you know, channel. And Sean already posted an unboxing video. I don't, maybe I will do that, of stuff that Keith brought. But anyway, so then they had a really fun time, and we were kind of like, you know, which place is Keith gonna enjoy more, you know? And I'm like, well, man, geez, Sean's got Treehouse right there, side pulls. Sean had some smoked beers and stuff ready for him. So I know that they did at least one review and then a different kind of a video. So make sure, as always, guys, you check out Keith at 93 Lumber, spelled out, and Sean from Nerd Sense, and you'll see some fun videos. All right, guys. So again, I had a really good You know, it ended up being a day and a half total, roughly, right? Like 8 p.m. till noon, not the next day, but the day after. And, you know, it was just a lot of fun. And I think I said in one of the videos that Keith and I did together, like maybe I'll make a video about this. And that's what this is just putting some positivity out in the world. I had a lot of fun. And again, if you want to participate, what's a fun thing you've done recently? Again, it could be beer centric or not. Just put some positivity out there. Doesn't have to be beer related. All right, guys, do well, be well, treat others well. You know, check me out on Instagram at Untapped. Once you're done with that, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, imbibe. Cheers, everyone.